Good morning everyone. Welcome to the video lecture series on soil mechanics. This is lecture number 6. In this lecture we are going to solve about numerical problems on properties of soils. Different properties we have learned. ES is equal to WG and what is the voids ratio E VV by VS. Basing on all the problems, today we will do all the numerical problems asked in different competitive examinations like SSC, JEE, IES and GATE, and all other examination questions are also included in this session. Because in GATE what happens is sometimes some previous IITs like IIT Kanpur, they will ask some typical questions and rare questions which we cannot found in textbooks. Such questions also we will discuss in today's session. And also for the same objective question, how to do in conventional IES question, how to do this question in conventional model, that also we will discuss. So what we will solve the question bank. Problem number 1. A soil sample is having a specific gravity of 2.6 and void ratio of 0.78. The water content required to fully saturate the soil at that void ratio is dash. A soil sample is having a specific gravity is given G 2.6. Okay. And void ratio is given 0.78. Find the water content at full saturation in percentage. We have to find the water content in percentage. We know that ES is equal to WG. S is fully saturation, here S is equal to 100%. Now you are asked to find W. W is equal to E by G. In percentage you want, so multiply by 100. What is E? 0.78 divided by 2.6 into 100%. 26 3 times 78, so answer comes to be 30%. This is the answer to problem number 1. Next problem, question number 2. A fill having a volume of, so here they given two different things. This is borrow pit and this is fill, okay, earth fill or rise in embankment. This is borrow pit. This is borrow pit and this is fill problem. A fill having a volume, what is the volume of the fill? V fill is equal to 1,50,000 meter cube. A fill having volume 1,50,000 cubic meter is to be constructed at a void ratio of E of fill is equal to 0.8. The borrow pit soil has a void ratio of, let us denote borrow pit by EB. So E suffix B void ratio is 1.4. Volume of soil to be excavated from the pit is, what is the volume of soil to be excavated here from the pit? In this problem what we have to see is, it is based on the concept volume of solids remains same. Volume of solids remains same. This property also we studied in our previous lecture. So volume of solids will remain same in a given soil mass. Based on this, in a given soil mass, based on this single concept, this question is constructed. This is the concept based question. Volume of solids will not change in a given soil mass. So Vs is constant, that is equal to V by 1 plus E, which is constant. We already discussed this concept. V1 by 1 plus E1 is equal to V2 by 1 plus E2. When V by 1 plus E is constant, we can write V1 by 1 plus E1 as V2 by 1 plus E2. Both are numerically equal. Here let us denote 1 with fill and 2 with borrow pit. Or 1 with borrow pit and 2 with fill. Anywhere we can say. V1 borrow pit. You are asked to find V1. V1 by 1 plus E1. E1 means borrow pit volume 1.4 is equal to V2 fill volume 1,50,000 divided by 1 plus E2. 1 plus E2. 2 here, 1 here. 1 plus 0.8 is 1.8. On solving, V1 by 2.4 is equal to 1,50,000 divided by 1.8. On multiplication you get answer as 2 lakh cubic meter. Volume of fill as 2 lakh cubic meter. Volume of borrow pit. When you denote your borrow pit, so you get volume of borrow pit as 2 lakh cubic meter. The main concept based question, volume of solids remains same in a given soil mass. Based on this concept, this question is constructed. Very important question asked as IES question, objective. IES objective. I think remember this question asked in 95 or 96 IES exam. See the level of question in IES exam. This is the solution for the question number 2. 2015 question. A soil deposit has a void ratio of 1. Initially, a soil deposit is having the void ratio as 1. Okay. If the void ratio is reduced to 0.6 by compaction, what is the percentage volume loss? Find the percentage volume loss. Is dash. This is asked in IES 2015 recent exam. Percentage volume loss in the given soil sample. So again same concept. This is also based on the same concept. Vs is equal to V by 1 plus E. V by 1 plus E. Volume of solids will remain same. So V1, Vs is equal to V1 by 1 plus E1. Initial void ratio. V1 by 1 plus 1. That is equal to V1 by 2. Volume of solids before compaction. After compaction, Vs, V2 by 1 plus E2. That is equal to V2 by 1 plus 0.6 is 1.6. See, before compaction and after compaction, there will be no change in the volume of solids because they represent the original soil structure. Now they ask the percentage volume loss from V1 to V2. Percentage volume loss is equal to V1 minus V2 by V1 into 100. V1 minus V2 by V1 into 100. 1 minus V2 by V1 into 100. You can say like this. 1 minus V2 by V1 into 100. Since volume of solids for both before compaction and after compaction are same, you can say V1 by 2 is equal to V2 by 1.6. This implies V2 by V1 is equal to, bring V1 here, send 1.6 there, 1.6 by 2. You can V2 by V1, you can equate it to 16 by 20. Both multiply numerator and denominator with 10. 16 by 20 is 4 by 5. 4 times, 4 5 times. So 1 minus 4 by 5. 1 minus 4 by 5 is 1 by 5. 1 by 5 into 100 is 20%. This is the solution for question number 3. For question number 4, a soil sample has a bulk density of 2.4 gram per cc. Gamma bulk is 2.4 gram per cc. Okay. Here see the unit gram per cc. And water content of 20%. Water content is given as 20%. Find the dry density of the sample in gram per cc. You are asked to find gamma D. This problem is asked in Airport Authority of India Junior Executive exam. Airport Authority of India Junior Executive, this problem is asked. So gamma dry is equal to gamma bulk by 1 plus water content. So 2.4 by 1 plus 0.2. Gamma dry is equal to 2.4 by 1.2. 12 2 times 24. So answer is 2 gram per cc. This is the answer for question number 4. Later question number 5. Assertion and reason based question. A and R type. This question is IES most popular. You can find a number of assertion and reasoning questions. In paper 1 is objective question 200 marks. Maximum for assertion reason there 40 to 50 marks weightage is there. In IES objective paper 1 for assertion reason type question 200 marks, among 200 marks 40 to 50 marks is given for this A and R type. In this you need to study the knowledge of full length subject is required. to answer this question. Okay, now we solve one question, fifth question. Clays exhibit more hygroscopic than sands. Okay, assertion. Clays exhibit more hygroscopic nature, hygroscopicity than sand. Yes, this is true because clay is an example of fine grained soil. Fine grained soil depends upon the environment. We say they have the negative charge. Fine grained soils have the negative charge due to the environment we studied. They exhibit more hygroscopic. Hygroscopic means absorbing water from the environment. Absorb water from the environment. So they absorb water and form the thin film, like film having the negative charge. Size of the clay is also very, very small. So what is hygroscopicity means? To absorb water or to get adsorbed. There already film is there, no? Already water film is there surrounding the particle. The film adsorbed the clay. The film is attached to the clay. To get adsorbed, water to get adsorbed from the environment. Surrounding environment. Means from the surrounding environment it can take water and also it can form a film like structure and also it absorbs water also. Because clay soil, you see, when you pour water it absorbs the water and forms a thin film around the particle. Even sand also forms the film. But that sand film will be lost after some time. Because when you go to beach, what happens is the water near the sea wave, near the sea tide, that sand is having more strength because of water. But after the time passes, the water will not reach that surface and the surface will become dry. That sand will have no strength. Only the sand that is near the sea, means exposed to water. The sand that is exposed to water has more strength. But if the water content goes back and sunlight will fall, that becomes completely dry. But hygroscopy is different. Hygroscopy is to absorb water from the environment and also to get absorbed by the water from the environment. Sand is not having that property. That property of sand to absorb moisture is called bulking of sand. This bulking of sand we will study in compaction chapter. This characteristic of sand makes it very peculiar. But we need not say that sand is having cohesion. Cohesion means the property, stickiness property. Sand is not formed from the chemical weathering. Gravels and sands are formed from the physical weathering. The environment at which the soil formed also depends on the type of soil, whether it is gravel, sand, silt, clay. So, clays exhibit more hygroscopicity than sands is, assertion is true. So, you can say A is true. Then we will go for reasoning. What is reasoning? R is given in clays are colloidal in nature and consequently the specific surface area is very high. Yes, clays are very colloidal particles, small particles. You can see here particle size. You can make a note here. Particle size. Big boulders. Big boulders means big rocks. They are having the size of greater than 300 mm. Boulders are having greater than 300 mm. Cobble. This is also belong to rock category. Both boulder and cobble belong to rock category type. Size is 300 mm to 80 mm. 300 mm to 80 mm. Next, gravel. Size of gravel is 80 mm to 4.75 mm. Size of sand 4.75 mm to 0.075 mm. Again, sand is divided into three categories. Coarse sand 4.75 mm to 0.425 2 mm. 4.75 to 2 mm. Medium sand 2 mm to 0.425 mm. Fine sand 0.425 to 0.075 mm. See, 4.75 to 0.075, this is in this range only, but it is divided into coarser, medium, fine, depending on the analysis. Next, silt. Silt is having the size 0.075 mm to 0.002 mm. Silt is having the size 0.075 mm to 0.02 mm. 002 mm. In this again coarse silt 0.075 to 0.02. Medium silt 0.02 to 0.01. Fine silt 0.01 to 0.002. These are the sizes of the particles. Now comes clay. Last one, because both is very small, I cannot write below here. So what is the last one? Clay. What is the size of the clay particle? Less than 0.002. Now go to the question. What does the question say? Clays are colloidal in nature and consequently their specific surface area is very high. Colloidal in nature means small size particle. Clay is very, very small. See, observe here. Rock, big rocks greater than 300 mm, more size. Cobble, more size, 300 mm to 80, big size. Gravel, size decreases, 80 to 4.75. Sand, still finer, 4.75 to 0.075. Again, coarse, medium, fine. Next, silt, 0.075 to 0.002 mm, slightly smaller size. Clay, most small, very small. Colloidal means very small. You can get this colloidal in environmental engineering also. Clay particle is very small. Hence, both are true. For this question, what is the answer? Both A and R are individually correct. Both individually correct. And R is the correct explanation of A. Both assertion and reason are individually correct and R is the correct explanation of A. Because of the specific surface area property only, they are having the hygroscopicity, adsorbed water. Thus both are individually correct and R is the correct explanation of A. So answer is A. Next question, question number 6. This was asked in GATE exam 2016, set 1 for 2 marks. Set 1 for 2 marks. What is the question? The porosity of a soil sample is N is porosity 0.7 and degree of saturation S is 40% respectively. Okay. In a 100 cubic meter soil volume, total soil volume is 100 meter cube. The volume of air in cubic meters is asked. The air is dash. This is your question. Okay, you can find, we know that air content plus degree of saturation is 100%. Air content plus degree of saturation is 100%, among which S is given to be 40%. 100 minus 40 is air content only 60. 60% means 60 by 100, that is 0.6. Air content is VA by VV. Okay. We know that N is equal to VV by V. N is equal to VV by V. VV we want. So VV is equal to 0.7 into 100. That is 70 meter cube. Void volume is 70 meter cube. From degree of saturation, VW by VV is equal to 0.4. VW is equal to 0.4 times VV. VV how much we get? 70. 4 by 10 into 70 is 28 meter cube. So VW we get, VV there is. So VA is equal to void volume minus water volume. Voids are nothing but air and water only. From the total voids you subtract the water, then what we will get is air water volume only. That is equal to VA is equal to 70 minus 28 is 42. That's what we want. 42 is the answer. 42 meter cube. VW by VV. VA by VV. VA is equal to VV minus VW. 42 meter cube. Problem number 7. A borrow pit soil has a dry density of, again borrow pit and embankment. So let us draw. This is borrow pit and this is embankment. Embankment means raised soil structure. This is embankment problem. Borrow pit and embankment problems are most popular in soil mechanics problem. This is the favorite area for GATE and IAS. So a borrow pit soil has a dry density of gamma D is equal to 17 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay. How many cubic meters of this soil means volume? How many cubic meters of this soil is required to construct an embankment of 100 cubic meter? This is volume of embankment. 100 meter cube. Volume of embankment V2. Let us denote this as V1. How many cubic meter of this soil is required to construct an embankment? 100 meter cube volume with dry density as gamma D2 is equal to gamma D1 you say 16 kilonewton per meter cube. This was asked in GATE 2000. GATE 2000. At that time, GATE was not objective question. This question is asked for 5 marks. Subjective, essay type question. You have to write descriptive based. You have to write the each and solution for the question. Yes, this is for borrow pit and this is for embankment. We know that gamma D is equal to weight of soil solids to total volume. So gamma D is inversely proportional to V. Gamma D is inversely proportional to V. Gamma D1 by gamma D2 is equal to 1 by 2 means here 2 by 1. V2 by V1. Or you can say what is your requirement? Depending on the requirement only you make the formula. V1 by V2 is equal to gamma D2 by gamma D1. You want 1. So V1 you want. Yes. All other data are here. Gamma D1 is 17. V2 is 100. 16 by 17 into 100. 1600 by 17. Answer comes to be around 94 meter cube. 17 nines like that you can simply calculate because this was GATE question. GATE question calculator is allowed. For IAS question objective calculator is not allowed. In IAS subjective again calculator is allowed. So answer for this question is 94 cubic meter. Question number 8. For constructing an embankment, the soil is transported from a borrow area using a truck. So this is the borrow area. The soil is transported from this borrow area to another place. For constructing an embankment, how the soil is transported? By using some intermediate truck. There is a truck that carries this soil and deposits here. Okay, this is the truck. For constructing an embankment, the soil is transported from a borrow area using the truck. The truck can carry 6 meter cube of soil. 6 meter cube of soil the truck can carry. Okay, this is the capacity of the truck. The details are as follows. Borrow area. Let us denote borrow area by 1, truck by 2 and embankment by 3. So that all the data that is given we can write at one place. What is given? Borrow area bulk density gamma 1.66. Okay, this is in kilonewton per meter cube. Water content is 8%. What is this in this question? Gamma D is in, once wait, gamma is in this question, gamma is in gram per cc. Gamma bulk is given in gram per cc only, not in kg per meter cube. The unit here is gram per cc. Bulk density 1.66, water content is 8%, gram per cc. Here gamma is 1.15 gram per cc, water content is 6%. Gamma is 1.82 gram per cc and water content is 14%. Okay, this is the information that is given to you for borrow pit, truck and embankment. What you need to find is, if water content is in percentage and gamma is in gram per cc, okay, estimate the quantity of soil to be excavated from this pit. For earth fill of volume, here volume is given, V is equal to 100 meter cube. What is the volume of soil to be excavated below the earth and carry through this truck, and for the fill volume is 100 meter cube. Okay, this is first question. Second question is, find the number of truckloads of soil solids required to obtain 100 cubic meter of compacted earth fill. Okay, number of truckloads, how many times the truck should move from here to here to carry 6 meter cube of soil. This problem can be done in two different methods. One is objective method, another one is IES conventional approach. For this session we will see the objective method of solving the problem. Whenever gamma and water content are there, you can go for gamma D, gamma bulk by 1 plus water content. 1.66 by 1.8% means 0.08, 1.08. Here gamma D comes to be 1.15 by 1.06. Gamma D is gamma bulk by 1 plus water content, 1.82 by 1 plus 14% means 0.14, 1.14. This is gamma D in three cases, gamma D1, gamma D2, gamma D3. You can call V3. Now we want V1. V1 by V3, as V3 is known, is equal to gamma D3 by gamma D1. Find V1 from this. Gamma D3, how much? Gamma D3 comes around 1.59. Gamma D3 is 1.59 gram per cc. Okay. 1.59 divided by gamma D1 is 1.53. 1.53 into V3 is 100. So what is V1? V1 mostly on solving you get 104 meter cube. 104 meter cube. From known to unknown. What is known? 100 is known. What is unknown? V1 is unknown. Known to unknown. V1 by V3. Gamma D3 by gamma D1. Gamma D is inversely proportional to V. Like that you can see here. This is the answer for part A of the question. Part A of the question. Now we will go for part B of the question. Part B, what is asked? Find the number of truckloads of soil required to obtain 100 cubic meter of compacted earth fill. So V3 is the same, you are asked to find V2. What is the, if you know V2, then only you can find the number of truckloads. They ask the number of truckloads required to obtain 100 cubic meter of this fill. So for part B, V2 by V3 is equal to gamma D3 by gamma D2. This implies V2 is equal to 1.59, gamma D2 is how much? Gamma D2 I solved already, 1.08 into 100. V2 comes to be around 169 point something. So number of truckloads is equal to 169.8. Once you solve this, divided by 6, answer comes to be around how many truckloads? 25 numbers. I remember this. 25 numbers. 25 number of truckloads. Your problem you can solve like this. This is the answer for the part A. Answer is 104. Option A. Part B is C. A, C. Number 9. Question number 9. The total unit weight of the soil is 18.8 kilonewton per meter cube. Means gamma is given 18.8 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay. The specific gravity of soil solids is 2.67. Water content is 12%, 0.12. Calculate the dry unit weight. Dry unit weight is equal to gamma D. Gamma by 1 plus water content. How much? 18.8 by 1.12. I don't have answer to this question. You can solve this question. This is first what you need to calculate. Second one is calculate the void ratio. Calculate the void ratio. VV by Vs is not known, but gamma D is known. E is equal to G gamma W by gamma D minus 1. G gamma W by gamma D minus 1. Gamma D, G gamma W by 1 plus E. From that formula. 2.67 into 9.81 divided by gamma D is 18.8 minus 1. Solve this. This is for conventional question only. This is GATE 1994. Most of the people have not been born at that time. Most old question, 1994, 5 marks GATE question this is. Third one. Degree of saturation, okay, S. S is equal to how much? ES is equal to WG. 100 times we derived this. ES is equal to WG. So we need to find S, WG by E. Everything is known. W is 2.67. By E we have calculated here. This value I keep here. Therefore you can find the water content. That's all. This is the solution for GATE 94 question, 9th question for 5 marks. 5 marks. This is the procedure you can solve by using your calculators. Okay. 10th question. Question number 10. What is given is the ratio of saturated unit weight to dry unit weight of a soil sample is 1.25. Is 1.25. If the specific gravity of solids is 2.65, determine the void ratio of the soil. Okay. G plus E S into gamma W divided by 1 plus E divided by G gamma W by 1 plus E is equal to 1.25 into 1 plus E by G gamma W. When it goes to numerator, into 1 plus E by G gamma W. 1 plus E cancel, gamma W cancel. What is left over is G plus E by G. S is 100% saturated soil. G plus E by G is equal to 1.25. What is known? Specific gravity is known, 2.65. 2.65 plus E is equal to 1.25 into 2.65. Everything is known. Calculate E from this equation. This is the solution for question number 10. Question number 11. An earthen dam is to be constructed. Okay. The earth having the void ratio of 0.85 after compaction. Near the dam, 3 borrow pits are available, namely A, B and C. So near the dam, 3 borrow pits are available. Borrow pit number A, and this is the borrow pit B, and this is borrow pit C. This is compacted earth fill. This is fill or earth fill. Compacted earth fill. 3 borrow pits A, B, C. Okay, 3 borrow pits are there. The void ratio. An earthen dam has to be constructed. Earth having the void ratio is 0.85. This is the void ratio of the earth. The void ratio of the soil and estimated cost of moving the soil to the dam site is given in the table. That is, cost is rupee per cubic meter. For pit A, void ratio is EA is equal to 0.95. For pit B, EB is equal to how much? 1.9. EC for the void ratio for the pit C is 1.65. Okay, three different void ratios for different borrow pits are given here. Cost of moving the earth is also given. Okay, cost we can keep later stage. Let us write like then, no problem. Cost for moving the earth for A, CA is equal to, this is rupees. Cost in rupee. Cost is rupee per cubic meter. Per 1 cubic meter it cost 1 rupee. Cost for moving the earth is 0.23 for A. For B, this how much? 0.16. Per meter cube means here you have to see it is volume. Cost for moving the C, moving the earth for C borrow it is 0.21. Okay. This is the required data. Anything given in the question? What will be the least moving cost? Which pit is most economical? If the volume of total earthwork is, this is earth fill, and this volume also given as 5 lakh cubic meter. This volume of earth fill is given as 5 lakh cubic meter. Which pit is more economical? This is real field based question. In the field what happens? Really this is the situation. Which pit is more economical? Cost A. See, cost is given, that's why. We will solve this question, and whichever will become smaller value, that is your answer. Okay, this is IAS question. 15 marks IAS question. Okay, let us solve. Take the solution. Let VA, V suffix A, V suffix B, V suffix C represent volumes of pits, borrow pits A, B and C. Let V suffix A, B, C represent the volumes of the pits A, B, C respectively. So already it is represented by V and E. We know that volume of solids will never change in a given soil mass. This is the concept. Volume of solids will remain same. Vs is equal to V by 1 plus E. Now VA by 1 plus EA is equal to total V by 1 plus E. What is volume of A? Unknown. Given void ratio is 1.95. So 1 plus 0.95 is 1.95 is equal to volume of fill 5 lakhs divided by 1 plus E. 1 plus E is 1.85. Upon solving you get VA as how much? Already I solved here. 5,27,000. 5,27,000 meter cube. Similarly you solve VB by 1 plus EB is equal to V by 1 plus E. On solving you get VB is equal to how much? 7,84,000. 7,84,000. Similarly VC by 1 plus EC is equal to V by 1 plus E. You get V3 as 7,16,000. This is VB, VA, VB and VC. Now, cost of A, cost of transport. I will erase this. Cost of transport per 1 meter cube it is 0.23. See here. For 5,27,000 meter cube means cost of transporting the earth for A is equal to 5,27,000 into 0.23. Per 1 meter cube it is 0.3. For 5,27,000, how much? So the answer is 1,21,210 rupees. Because per 1 meter cube, rupee per meter cube. Meter cube, rupee per meter cube. Meter cube cancel. This is in rupees. Cost is in rupees, no? So cost of transporting earth for B is equal to 7,84,000 into 0.16. 0.16. How much this is? 1,25,440 rupees. For C again, 7,16,000 into 0.21. Answer comes to be 1,50,000 something. 360 it is. So whichever is most economical? 1,50,000, 1,25,000, 1,20,000. Automatically A is more economical. A is more economical, you can say. So this is the solution for question number 11.